Today I will be looking at this fantastic Sony Minidisc player. It's an MDS JE470 and it doesn't work. But seriously, it is broken. Picked it up for princely sum of £10, and the only reason why I actually went for this one is because it's got an MD long play feature. So I knew it was a very basic deck, didn't work. The guy said that it was stuck on standby, it didn't do anything else. So I thought, okay, £10, let's see if I can get the thing to work. Join me and see how I get on investigating this. I've not had a Sony standalone hi-fi separate like this. I've always had the little players. So apart from a Pioneer that is a short play model only, this is my only foray into the type of decks that Sony brought out. So let's get this apart and see what the problem is. Now, to me, that sounds like something stuck, like the mechanism, and I think that's probably why it's not coming off of standby. Now, can I maybe rotate the machine, put the machine upside down? Much the same. Looks like it's got a bit of a dent here, so maybe that isn't a good sign. The screws look like they haven't been used. So what I mean is it doesn't look like it's been taken apart, but we'll find out in a minute. Interesting tape along here. Now I wonder if this was sold second hand at some point by a dealer, and it's their way, or it was their way of, maybe it was a way of making sure that the next owner didn't take it apart to have a look at it, and then brought it back to them and said, oh, it's not working. So maybe that's why that tape is there. One thing I'm just going to try before I, take it apart is hold this knob in here and see if I get a display at all, or get any type of reading on that display. I was attracted actually by the fact that it didn't, well, it did have a remote. It came with a remote, so that's always good. Maybe it's a bit overkill, but it's quicker, isn't it? Using a power screwdriver. I'm gonna have to break this tape. Oh, it comes off all right. Okay, let's get rid of that. It's a 14 watt model, in that that's what it uses. Maybe I need to loosen the front cover slightly. It wouldn't hurt, would it? Let me. Okay, this is the inside. Hey, we get a free mini disc. There's a mini disc in there. So that says to me that it's not loaded the mini disc. That's what that sounded, isn't it? Alright, capacitors. They look reasonable. These connectors, they all look okay as well. Okay, so initial thoughts are it's not been taken apart. Probably going to have to raise this up though to have a look, although maybe I can help it along slightly. Right, let's turn it on again. What the source of the noise is. I'm very careful with this power supply this end. Ah. Let's eject. Alright, disc out. But hey, we've got a display. Got a rather cold disc here. It's a Sharp 80. Actually, it's one I haven't seen, I don't think, before. It's a Sharp MDR 80. So that's what was stuck in there, and no disc. See if the remote works to power it off. Batteries might be flat. Yeah, I've got some different batteries I can put in. Let's do that. So let's put in new batteries into the remote, and I'm hoping it's the right remote for this. Alright, let's try it now. Maybe not. Minidisc deck. I'm sure my batteries are okay. Doesn't seem to want to power it off. Okay, not the end of the world. That can be another project. Okay. So can I see anything visible in there? Oh dear, I think I've snapped a little bit of plastic off of the off here somewhere when I took the cover off. Okay, I'm going to try putting that in again. Just see what it does. Welcome. Read error. Yeah, C13 is a typical Sony code, and they use C13 I think on camcorders and the like. So I'm pleased that this part is, you know, lighting up. That's good. It will need further investigating though To do that, I think I'm going to go for taking the cover off. I'm going to turn it off but leave it plugged into the wall. I don't think it's got, no, it's not got an earth as such on it. And okay, we've got some edge connectors to remove. Just remove, yeah, the obvious ones, I think. Always be a bit careful. You can get replacement ones fairly straightforward. It looks like I might have to take the feet off, actually. I don't know. Let's have that. Maybe not. Yeah, I think I'll take the feet off anyway. Oh, the feet are actually part of the plastic. That's one. Two. Nice standard screws. So that's good. Right, so just remember there's these connectors here. Right, that's the kind of control part and the display there, I would say. Is there a bout on these? I presume there is. Well, there's a bout in there, but it's intact. Are there any other bouts involved? I don't think there would be. It's intact, but it doesn't mean it's good enough, does it? Alright, I think I'm going to have to just separate this anyway. Let's do that. Okay. It's probably not dissimilar to the original portable Minidisc player in its mechanism size. It's it's obviously a lot bigger than a standard Minidisc portable, that is. Okay, inside there, can you see there's a little bout there? So that might not have enough torque on. The other thing is there could be some switches in here, sensors and the like. So I think the first thing to do is move this out of the way and get my mat out. I'll take a few pictures of this before I start disassembling it, or trying to disassemble it. Now there's some screws, kind of 4 screws to this side, a third, or maybe there isn't another screw this side, but that's kind of probably holding the lower part in. Now this is the arrays head here. There is a connector there, so that connector's got to come out anyway. Pull that out. Okay, so that's kind of over like that, and then it goes into this part. So this looks like it should kind of move up. Now the thing that's holding it is springs, or a spring. Probably don't want to make that spring too stretched, so let's just see. Okay, that comes off okay. So and it kind of went like that, didn't it? Right. So check here. You can see oh yeah, not much torque in that at all. Just to show you, can you see that? So if I stretch it, kind of goes back in. Okay, let's just pull them all out here. Have a look. It's almost a bit like an O-ring, but I don't think that's going to be any good. And these are a little bit too thick, but they look to be right sort of size. That one I think might have come off of something else. And these are all big, fortunately. Yeah, they're all a little bit too big, these. It's thicker. I wonder if that would work. So size-wise, let's just put that on there. We're kind of 2 centimetres, I would say. Diameter. Not far out from that. Oh, I suppose this is the issue. So the issue is just making sure it clears this bit here, this kind of sliding part, and I think it does clear it. It does look a bit chunkier. The main thing is it doesn't come off. I'm going to try that one. That went back on okay. That just slides on, so straightforward enough. Let's grab the base. Quite a compact piece here. the more times you kind of take these things apart, the more you're going to knacker your connectors. And I'll need to at least get this on. I suppose it's for static and stuff. Okay, so let's push this last edge connector in. It's in. Alright, so remember the bit that I've not plugged in. Let's see what it does. It could do the same again. Could be a sensor. No disc. Alright, let's try one of my discs because they've been in a warmer position. So I've got a Oasis and it's a pre-recorded one, so these at least play reasonably well on most things. Even if your head is starting, your laser actually is getting weak, then these will be the last things that will give up the ghost. So let's try that. Oh, nice. There we go. Play. Excuse the titles there. Oh, okay. Track selectors there. Excellent. Is that how noisy they are normally? Maybe someone can make a comment in the video. That's nice and smooth. Okay, so let's give it something slightly harder to play. One of my old discs. Oh, nice. Comes up quite quick. Wow, I'm pleased with that. And I think that bout is probably going to be slightly longer lasting. Excellent. So this one I've put in now is a long play mini disc. There we go. It's lit up. And that seems to be seeking and playing fine. Well, sorry this video is not as long as I thought it was going to be. I thought I might have a little bit more work than what I did have. So that's how you change about on a MDS JE470 and similar models. Great. Let's try the remote again then. Maybe the remote's from a different model. Let's go play. Oh no, it's playing. Ah, excellent. So that's another reason why I went for this for my sort of £10 experiment was I knew if I could get hold of a remote, then even if this didn't work, then the remote would be worth something and I could just maybe refurbish the remote and sell that on. It seems to work fine. So maybe Oh no, it does work. Absolutely fine. I thought it might have just been the switch. Maybe the switch is slightly dirty, so these things can be taken apart quite easy. It's a bit grubby looking, isn't it? So maybe I'll need to just pop this apart and see that there's no kind of coffee stains on the membrane inside, and give that a bit of a clean. Obviously need to clean the front of this up as well because it's a little bit grubby, but for all intents and purposes it seems to be working fine. As you can see, I've put that connector in for the erase part, and I'm now going to put the case back on, the cover back on.